Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kwadash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Ban Yasharal of the Lion's Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Also, salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing this truth in sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lion's Den Camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. And today I'll be coming out with a lesson. And of course, you know, it's about sedition and uproars and uprising of the people, because as you know, the further along we go in this thing, you know, the further along we see these prophecies pop off and keep happening. There's going to come a point in time where things such as food shortages, you know, famines of water and bread and things like that is going to cause an uproar of the people. Because, of course, you know, it's Esau working his wickedness, you know, behind the scenes. But this is also a prophecy of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai that this would happen. We've seen it around the four corners of the earth. And if you look at world news, there's still a lot of other countries having uproars of the people. They're having riots. They're standing up against the government, and they're not considering the authorities of these places. And this is soon to come to America. We've had some riots and a little bit of uproars here and there, but it's gonna get real bad, and it's gonna get worse than what we have seen thus far. So without further ado, this is Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh." So the Lord is telling us to speak into the ears of our people the words of prophecy. You know, to say or speak about the things that are to come. To speak first, because these things will come. And it says, verse 2, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." So the cause them to be written in paper, meaning written down in the word, in the scriptures of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. That's what prophets are here for. To speak of things to come. Via it be good or bad, but the times that we're living in, it's going to be, we're living in the bad times right now. The good times are to come, which is the kingdom. But right now, it's going to be a lot of bad things to come. And one of those things is uproars and rises and riots of the people for lack of amenities. I'm going to play an excerpt of this video. This, you know, of course, you know, this is by Dabu. You know, he reports on a lot of current things, but I'm going to play this excerpt and then I'm going to get some more scriptures.
This is Dabu7. I want to share with you here some updates and some footage out of Georgia after this night of rage took place in Atlanta, where Antifa members started to Molotov cocktail police cars, bust out windows, and they say that a small group was caught with explosives, although they do not say exactly what those explosives were, if they were fireworks or other devices, and multiple people arrested in this event. This is a look at what it was looking like. Now, all of this sparked after a confrontation between police and a protester, where shots were fired and an individual was killed. Classic Antifa chants there. You can see a large mob here. And on top of this, we We had a shooting inside of California that took the lives of 10 people as well. All of this being connected to this so-called Night of Rage. Again, this is a look at Atlanta. We may see more from here. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Dabu7, for more live updates.
And as you can see, of course, you know, this video was not as violent as other videos that we have seen, but nonetheless, it's still an uprising and uproar of the people. And it is against and it's going to be against the authority, the power, or the powers that be that run this place. So let's continue. Let's go back to Second Esdras chapter 15. I'm gonna read verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." And this is what the Lord is going to do. And as a matter of fact, He is doing this. He is bringing the sword. He's bringing the famine and the death and destruction. Just look at what's going on around the four corners of the earth. It's going to get worse before it gets better. I'm going to jump over. I'm going to start at verse 12 of 2nd Esdras 15. It says, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it." And right now, America is that modern day Egypt. You know, and this place is going to mourn. The foundation of it will be smitten by Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai with plague and punishment, with judgment. And the Lord is going to bring this upon America. We see it around the four corners of the earth, but it's coming to America. And it's you're going to have to be protected of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai to make it through this. The things that are coming according to the scriptures, if you're not protected of, you're not of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, you may very well fall to these things: the sword, the famine, the destruction, the punishment, the judgment that is coming to this place. As a matter of fact, you will fall if you're not protected of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. And even if you don't fall in the riots, the martial law may get you. If the martial law don't get you, ultimately the destruction will get you. So you have to be of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. That's why we tell our people that it's best to turn back to the Heavenly Father now while He can be found. Seek Him while He can be found right now, because there's going to come a point and a time where He's not going to be found, and He's not going to be sought of, and you're not going to be able to find Him. And you can bet your bottom dollar that this place, you know, America, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, will mourn. The foundation of this place will be smitten, meaning destroyed, with plague and punishment that is going to come of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, because the Lord is going to bring it upon this place, because this place is one of the most wicked places on the planet. Let's continue. Verse 13, it says, "They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail, through blasting and hail, and with fearful Salakia, constellation." So they that till the ground, those who work agriculture in this place, and many other places that we'll say process food and goods. Those places and the people are going to mourn, because the seed is going to fail, meaning the amenities, the vintage shall fail. And in that's going to cause major uproar here in Babylon. The blasting and the hail and the fearful with fearful constellation, that's destruction. It's ICBM destruction, or intercontinental ballistic missiles with nuclear payloads or warheads. It says, verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So woe means destruction and judgment to them that dwell therein, to this place. And it's also going to be judgment going around the four corners of the earth as well. But the main judgment and destruction is going to be right here in Babylon. Verse 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand. So the destruction of this place draweth nigh. One people are going to stand up again, what? To fight against one another with swords in their hand. What is the modern day sword? The gun. 45s, ARs, 9 millimeters, 700 nitro, and lever action rifles, just all kind of different swords, and people are going to be fighting against each other. It's going to be an uproar. They're going to fight. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So it's going to be sedition. Sedition is chaos among the men, among the people here. There's going to be invading of one another. And guess what? When it comes here, the people are not going to regard their kings or princes, nor princes, Salakia, i.e., the ruling powers, the government, the councilmen, the ones who are in a leadership position, and they're going to fight against each other. They're going to go according to their own actions. They're going to be like, yo, bump this government junk. They ain't helping us. It's going to be all kind of lawlessness happening here. See, people here in Babylon, they think because they see it on TV, oh, that's just something that happens on TV. No, that very much happens in real life. That's why they make those movies and those TV shows from real life situations. Salakia, a distraction as usual. But nonetheless, the people are going to stand up against the government and up against themselves as well. They're not going to care for the powers that be that run this place. Verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. It's going to get that bad where people are going to want to go to somewhere else or go to another city, and what? Not going to be able, because it's going to be all kind of chaos. And of course, Esau going to do his lockdowns and blocking things off and making it where you can't escape and exit. So that's what it means by a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Verse 18 says, for because of their pride, cities shall be troubled, houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So, because of the pride of this place and of the people of this place, the cities will be troubled, and houses shall be what? Destroyed. There's going to be looting. People are going to be getting put to death for small things, mainly food and water, raiment, and various things of the sort like that. And men shall be afraid. All these what's your nigga Wood Jakes? Oh, I got my 5 Jakes. All them Jakes, they gonna be scared. Ain't finna be no MMA fighters whooping whole crowds of nobody. Ain't finna be no strong men. Men gonna be afraid in that day. The only men that's not gonna be afraid in that day is the men of the Lord. You fall outside of that, you're gonna be afraid in that day, because it's gonna be a scary time. Verse 19, my last point. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So it's going to get to a point to where a man ain't going to have pity on his neighbor. That same homeboy that you live next door to, or that neighbor that's across the street that you think you all right with in that day, if that if that person and or people are still alive, if they have not, if their house has not been broken through and troubled, that man is not gonna have pity. I mean, you're gonna have people that's supposed to be your friend, hell, even your family. They're gonna be kicking in your door in, trying to take what you got and trying to destroy you with the sword. So destroying houses with the sword. Why? For lack of bread. They're gonna be spoiling good. They're gonna be taking people's lives and taking other people's amenities because of the lack of bread and great tribulation, great trouble, hard times. So sedition will be coming to this place. It will happen. Thus saith Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom.